Oh, all right. Let's see here. Where are we? Oh, another night. Oh, I'm back at it. And we can hear my voice. Awesome. Another night. I'm back at it. And we can hear my voice. Awesome. Now that we get to hear that repeated, time to get started. All right, yeah. So, night. I gotta pull the screen a little closer here. Compress it. Oh yeah, there's something I forgot to do. So I am kind of an idiot, and I bought a big giant Cintiq a couple years ago, and the biggest problem with that is it is big, and some programs don't support it anymore, like Harmony. It doesn't really support it. TuneView Harmony, and that's like my favorite thing to animate in. So I'm having to find alternatives because I have this big ass monitor. But I just learned the other day that if I lower it, if I lower it to sit onto my desk, I actually like drawing on it a lot more. I think so, anyway. But it takes a lot. There we go. Whew. There we are. All right, so yeah, I like drawing on it a lot better. Anyway, as usual, I gotta start out by trying to figure out how I want to draw. Only problem is, when I do this, I don't have anywhere to put my mouse. I don't really need the mouse. I kind of need it sometimes. So anytime you're banging like that, fast mouse. Come on, bang, 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 bang. Freaking hell is this thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. There it is. All right, yeah. So, anywho, and good old. See if I can put the mic a little further away. That'd be a little helpful. Can anybody still hear me? I hope you guys can still hear me. Whoever you guys is. There was somebody on there last night. That was kind of cool. I don't think I've ever had anybody watch me before. Anywho, I'm watching. That would be the one person watching. Anywho, tonight, man, it always does this. Somehow when I'm drawing in Clip Studio, I always end up with this thing, choosing white as the color. I don't want that. I'm a white man. I'm gonna draw cool colors window. Where the color sets at. There they are. I've got my favorite colors. And oddly enough, so I chose these colors when filtered. Kind of like that. I'm gonna draw that tonight. It's kind of nice. Yeah, I chose where's the stabilization on this thing? Just a little bit. There it is. Yeah, I chose these colors when it was like my monitor. I don't think my screen was set right because they're just a little too bright and happy for me. I like them more like that. So I've been doing add color and then this one, color. That one's too bright. Let's see. That one's not as annoying for some reason. I don't know why I don't like that. I like that a lot better. Yeah, it's kind of nice drawing with colors. So anyway, I kind of like that one. Maybe I'll. Ah! Crap. there. Might be a little brighter. All right, let's do that. Add color. Get rid of this one. Delete color. What's the difference between those three? Point. Don't. This is the same one. Delete. And so. The jump. Oh, whoa, the jump's huge. I think I need that to go there. That's a nice green color. I like that. That's. Sorry, I'm organizing my colors here. Man, this is all. Add color. It's too bright. Color. Add color. Ah, that's not bad. All right, there we go. Let's get rid of. I don't know. Yeah, let's get rid of this one here. Oh, all right. Now I got a pretty solid slate there. That red is red in it, but it looks nice, so we're keeping it. All right, I think I like drawing out. The only reason I picked these two, I use these Bic pens. I love these pens. They're like regular old Bic pens. They're just ballpoint pens. But I love drawing with them. Yeah, I've never drawn with this brush. This might be kind of nice. And I don't have any opacity on it, so if I screw up big. This feels kind of nice, I think. I don't know, what is this one? Maybe that's kind of weird. Ooh. Huh. Kind of neat. So the only problem here is, right, got rid of the brush size and opacity. Let's get rid of that. Got some blend to it or something. I don't know whose brush this is. This is not a brush that I made, but I'm gonna explore with that another time. Not right now. Story rough. Oh, this is a pen I like. Story rough. Yeah. So this is like a pen I used to storyboard with. And some friends got me into that. Anywho, I'm struggling with what to draw tonight. Actually, not really. I kind of know what to do. And part of what I wanted to do was, and I've got this. I wonder if I can bring this over. Does this fit here too? Fit there. So I have these. This is from like a personal board. I didn't know if I should do the heads first, and the only reason I thought of that. All right, I know what to do. I have an idea. So I wanted to do head drawing stuff, and I had this thing a while back where when I drew heads from whatever angle, I had a really good way of like, when I was quick sketching, I knew how much of the back of the head to show, and I had a pretty good idea of how to do it. And I lost that system because I went and started doing 3D stuff again, and then whenever the 3D stuff happens, anyway, whenever the 3D stuff happens, I kind of get lost, and then I lose some of what was going on with the head drawing. So what I thought I could do is I can take this thing here. All right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this over here, put it on a different screen, and let's see. This girl's got her hair in a hairnet. Whatever. Oh man. All right. So I think what I can do is I'm going to use the snipping tool. So I use this thing, snipping tool in Windows. Say new. And the nice thing about the snipping tool is, it saves some file somewhere, but however,
Good Lord. She has a lot more of those. Eh, eh. There's a lot of people did stuff like this. Oh, these ones. Should I use this one? Another one that's kind of not bad, but the one that I need, yeah, not exactly what I'm looking for. I want something that has some more extreme angles on it. Uh, Something here. Head angle photo reference. Let's see. I'm just searching this on Google. Google. On Pinterest. Pinterest is where I'm using this. Ew. No, wait a minute. I see this girl's got another face angles. What is this? My gosh. Well, this girl's got one that is a little crazy. Has a lot more than I thought. So I don't know how to open that. Open image in new tab. Sure. Sorry, this is a little nutty. It's a little nutty. And there is another option to this too, but actually I can just save this image. I don't know why I'm like snipping it. Derp. Let's do that. There we go. Now I can zoom in. All right. Bye-bye. Snipping tool. I found this one. It's got a ton of these things. So kind of the idea of what I was going for was to look at these. I might even bring them in and draw over them. That's kind of another idea I had. And copy. How am I going to do that? Control V. Oh, yeah, that came right in. Why is it so tiny? It's funny. Well, it might be super blurry, but I don't know if I care. God, I can't get them. I want to huge. Definitely see them. You know what I mean? And if these don't work, all right, now let's see. Oof, they're super blurry, but that's fine. I don't want the details. I want the head shape. So this is going to be good. Oh, there, that's fine. I'm still not used to Clip Studio Paint, but I like using it. So color wheel, set there, boop, and then let's drag the slider down. Just a second. All right, another layer. Hit the eraser button so my undo doesn't do something weird. Hit B, and then I got my drawing. All right, so lock. Can I lock this sucker? Or do I lock the layer? Lock. Yeah, you're locked. All right, that's good. Because now I can move this if I want to. This is what I was after right here. So the idea that I had was I just want to kind of draw over some of these and just get a feel for my hand doing what this is to build a habit. You know, I really don't tracing, but all I'm tracing is trying to find out. I figured out what I don't like about this. She's got a hairnet on. Anyway, it's still nice because I can feel like I'm drawing. You know, if I was doing a drawing and needed to figure out where things were. It's kind of nice to try to figure this out. And I can just make my own head shape too, because so this is looking down. I just want to get a feel for in 3D space, you know, like I had a really good way of like feeling like, okay, that was the back of the head, and then when I wanted to draw down on something, you know, and I had a really good way of, I don't know what that, I don't know what the hell I was doing back then. But there's a few things that I'm just trying. I do know that I like drawing the ear through this space, you know, not where the, if you look where the chin is, like here, there's where your cheek and your kind of the orbit of your mouth. That would be the orbit of your mouth, like that kind of shape where your mouth is here. It kind of makes a little oval, and then this here, but it extends into like where your nose, kind of the upper wing of your nostril, I guess. So your orbit of your mouth would be something like and then there's like a little ledge here that goes down, comes out. It's doing that, and then it's all this angle. So anyway, there's like a round shape that comes through here, dot dot dot, and then it goes around through here. And if you mark where your chin is, there's kind of like your muscle here, or I don't know, it's called an orbital muscle or whatever, where your cheeks kind of get pushed when you smile. This will get pushed back. Maybe you get a dimple or whatever, but then your cheekbones like right here. You can draw a line up through all that. And as long as you know where your eyes are and your eyebrows, then you can kind of connect the ear there. And that's how I like to find the ear. So anyway, stuff like that that I'm looking for here. Oh, a bad little demonstration drawing. Oh, anywho, that's part of like, I think I got that off of some abstraction. They used to call these things abstractions, and all the art schools would pass them out. And it was like the Fred Fixler abstraction, or what was that guy's name? Yeah, I kind of forgot already. But the guy who Fred Fixler learned from, he had a whole school or whatever. That's what I'm looking for, is when I'm quick sketching, like, all right, what is my hand doing? It's always that shape, but what else can I look out for? Like that works. But is there a better way? I don't know. Because sometimes you have somebody with a ton of hair. Yeah. Ton of hair. Yeah, man. Anyway. Anywho. Yeah, I'm just trying to find my own way of like, I'm drawing this. And it's, man, so much easier on paper sometimes. Like, maybe it's easier to draw the two sides first. And then, I don't know. Some people just draw an oval pretty well, but as long as you keep those in the right spot here. I think it's super important to keep all your angles consistent. But yeah, these kinds of things like this right here, like, all right, instead of just drawing a circle, there's a way. And one of the things that I do like is right here, you see it really good, is like when you draw that front of the head, generally without the hairnet, like her head's probably stopping more like right there, because if you draw a line halfway through the head, you'll get the ear, or halfway, like a profile view anyway. So anywho, yeah, you can see that cheek line there, and then it runs into the ear there. Where? Just profile view. But anywho, yeah, that's tricky with the hairnet. But that's kind of why I want to do this with. This is like, all right, well, and this sort of thing. Um, another one. Another thing I've wondered too is like the nose. Where does it break the angle of the face? Like this is a 3/4 shot. That's a 3/4 shot. And it's breaking. It's it's well inside the silhouette of it's inside the actual cheek. And this is straight on. This is almost like, what would you call that? Call this like 25 degrees? Maybe this is 45. I don't think it's quite 3/4. Maybe it is. This is more like, I'm saying, if this was like 180. Actually, what would you say? What would you say? This would be 0 degrees, right? This would be 45 degrees, right? No, 90. Because I sucked at math when I was a kid. But I still suck at it as an adult. How about that? So halfway. 3/4, right? Why do we say 3/4? I wonder why we say 3/4 view. That's kind of weird. It's not really 3/4. It's kind of like, I don't know. That's kind of funny. 3/4. Quarters of what? I don't know why I'm thinking of that now. But, so this would be 45 would be in the middle of that. And then what? This would be like 66, 33. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, I think so. And let's see. Do this. I know where the back of her head is now. It's right there. I don't want that shape of that stupid bun. So I was actually drawing this though. The shape of that hairnet would actually be pretty helpful, but just for the sake of me learning and seeing through all the parts, I don't know. I'm gonna try to get rid of the hairnet when I can, because hairnet's stupid looking. I'm gonna make her wear a hairnet. Why? I'm sure the shape of her head was just fine. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Get rid of the hairnet. Yeah, so, yeah. Sometimes I know I used to like to do that with the head. Find the width of it, because I always had a really bad habit of, when I go to draw a head, drawing them too narrow. Ooh, you're too narrow. Anyway, I don't like drawing too narrow. I hate that habit. It sucks. Anyway, yeah, so that's a good way to know. I like to have something to relate it to in my mind. If I'm out like figure drawing or something, I see like, okay, well, most of the eye's gone. 66%. That's not bad. Call it 60, I guess. 66, I think, is the proper one. 6.66666, whatever. Yeah, maybe I'm not so bad at math. But does that same like when I'm 45 degrees? So when I'm at 90 degrees, I feel like the head is going to do that more. Just like perfect profile view. And the cool thing is, back of the, when you see a skull, it does that, but you can draw the jawline. Cool thing is, I guess, like do know when I used to draw things up, looking up at them, you could draw this all the way to the other side because if that was 66%, find my line's going to be closer to that. All right, so I can find my chin, and then I could do that. I could know, like, ah, man, that's the whole thing. And then halfway, keep those steady. I can find halfway would give me whatever halfway is between those things. Halfway will give you where your ear is, and then you use your nifty little trick to find the top of the ear. That sort of thing. And then nose is somewhere over there, right? And then your mouth orbit, doing that sort of thing. And then your chin comes out, blah blah blah. Anywho, yeah, it was just I do remember that part of it. I figured that much out. That's kind of messy now because I drew so many lines in there. What it was. It was a nice little way to remember that though. But drawing down, I always remember like, oh, okay, back of the skull, super important. Because if it's too, I ended up with that too narrow, but getting the back of it enough neat. Like if you're looking down and making sure you're drawing around like that, and then getting that, and that, and this. Yeah. Anyway, that stuff was super important. So this is kind of, I'm trying to remind myself, the heck was I doing that was working back then? So watch the front and the back. What happened? So the front and the back, when I go 45, that angle from the back of the head steepens or something, which is kind of interesting. But we got the top of the head there, and this, so I could get a lot more angular with it, and then watch that center line goes like that. Yeah. And then what do we have? The other thing that I was finding, I guess it doesn't work till you get to 33%. Maybe there's a way it works at 45%, but looking at this shape right here and how it connects over like that, and then you have the top shape like here. And I started thinking this way because of 3D. And the tricky part here for me is, so just like the nose on that side, when does it break the side point of the face? So at 45, it's inside the face. At 66, it's broken the side and it's now outside. But at 33 and 45, so now what does the ear do? The ear stays until we get to 33. So it's reversed with the ear. So the ear stays in, stays in, stays in. Now it's out on 33 here. And then we have it goes out, of course, at 0. Interesting. You know what I'll move those of these over so I can see E. All right, here we go. Control. Yeah, B. Back to this thing, y'all. That's pretty good. And do one thing I'm wondering. What are her eyes doing? All right, there's another one I really need to start paying attention to. Eyes. Wrapping. All right, so when I draw the nose, I'm drawing the bottom triangle of the nose. And the mouth, trying to pay more of attention to where the line of the mouth was, where your two lips meet instead of where the lips meet. But I always end up drawing the top lip because that space between the bottom of the nose and the top lip always matters so much. But the other part too is like, well, I want to make my chin. Oh yeah, I was drawing a lot of ovals for the chin too. The important thing with the chin is making sure you draw it. You have that kind of thing where the corner turns, but you don't want to draw an oval there. Right? You want your oval to go kind of back into it because like that. Kind of like how the mouth orbit goes out here. Comes back in. The mouth orbit's there. And if I opened up a skeleton, you'd be able to see that as well. Let's make the size match. So yeah, front of the face definitely how I do this. But the other thing I struggle with is like it's really cool. Oh yeah. That's not a bad line to put in. That's that like where that zygomatic arch kind of thing. So I was drawing an actual skull. I haven't drawn a skull in a hot minute, but something like that. And then this thing, and then the zygomatic arch comes in and attaches in here. Like so, yeah. If you see the skull, you get that. You can see the orbit of the mouth where it would like to be. There's like all these muscles that come in there. But no, that's not like that. Then here, yeah. So this thing right here is what I was looking at for this. Put that there. That's kind of cool. Delete. Yeah, but I like doing this for the head. Draw the whole thing as like a whatever, and then. But sometimes you can really see that side of it. Maybe that's a good way to do that actually. So I have a hard time with the back of the head needs to be in there. So I need to make sure I'm drawing the eye line up or down and then nose triangle. Something like that. And then that was another thing I was doing was I was drawing. I would draw circles for the eyes because it would make it really easy. It doesn't take much to make it look real from there. You just add the lids and properly. If you draw the eyes, like your irises in right where they need to be, and then cool thing is with the nose, that's another thing. All right, see, it's all coming back to me. I start tracing without having to worry about the drawing. I can find all these things that I was using before. And the reason I wanted to do this first, before going into drawing, was I want to practice when I start going into which jigger. When I start going into the quicker sketches, yeah, that was another thing too. With the girls' necks, making sure I kept it inside the jawline, and then guys, I put it here. One really cool thing about if you draw like a dude's face, draw that. Let me draw this here. Guys, I think they said guys have a more angled forehead, deeper jaw here, more square jawline, and then your brows stay in the same place. Um, and then nose The bump's a little bit more pronounced. And then, yeah, that sort of thing. But don't draw the bottom lip on a dude. You can suggest the underside of it, but better not to draw that part of it. So guy is kind of like that. But if you want to take that, let's see, we can take that, right? We want to turn that into a female face. Watch this. This is funny. Take this sucker here. Keep all that where it is. Turn this into a female face. Watch this. This is fun. This, Control D. Rotate that back. Control D. And then give that a little bit more of an angle. And change the lip that much. But we're going to make the angle here a little bit steeper. And on the nose, angle the bottom of it up more. That. Make the forehead steeper. Not too steep. And then, look, it's already looking more feminine. And then, I don't know if I have to change the eyes that much. I just want the eyes to kind of roll. They start more on the underside of the brow. Make it look so angry. But thinner eyebrows, which is harder to do with this. But and make sure the eyes have plenty of a little bit more pronounced there, and then draw both lips. And now you got female face. Some gel on his hair, some trash. I don't know. I don't know what people are doing. Oh yeah, and then thinner neck. Even then, generally I've been trying to make sure it tapers because they always taper from the dudes. Make sure you add your Adam's apple. And then a little bit thicker neck. So yeah, that's always been fun. That's a good little. Finish her hair off there. And then even if the profile helps to kind of like have a little bit of that side view, or just a little bit of a indication that there might be another side to it. Things are very rarely perfectly profile. Let's Control V that, hide it, and Control V, and that thing with the. I always turn the pen over and hit it with an eraser because. Nah. Anyway, that way I don't have to worry about the undos. So this is cool. So what have I learned so far? I've learned we got 0 degrees here. We got, and this is all kind of what I'm working towards animation, right? And then we have 30. Let's do 45. That's what we generally call 45. What's happening? 45 degrees. Yeah, so we have like this is happening. Seems to be happening. And that. That's probably too wide there. Comparing it to the other that I drew. So 45, we're going to have that kind of a center line. And nose is going to be inside. The cheeks. That's right. That's my up here, here, and then nose, and then so both the ears and the nose are out on this one. Be within there on that one, and then all right, now let's go to let's see, 33. It's going to be what is this? More subtle on that side. Now we have, yeah, see, I should have like, I need to round off that face on this side, but what happened? It's almost like evenish. Of course, I'm not applying this. She's looking up in the thing that I'm looking at, but I have to look at a better view. A quick way to deal with that. Let's find. Let's go back to this one. Let's find out. Oh no. I'm drawing this. I'll draw a center line first. Does that work? And then I don't. Because that's not helpful. This is actually this. But I don't need that. I need. I'm gonna keep trying that. So how does that work? All right. So front of the face, and then the back of the head there. Maybe that'll work. And then just need that center line to come further towards the half. And then you see the side of the jawline there. The head's going to be coming out. Our ear is going to be protruding a little bit. And we have that. Now I got to figure out how do I keep the head size. I'm going to cheat on this one. I don't think that's. Seems like it's too close to. Too close to the 3-degree angle. So I just need to bring the center line over more. I think like that. There we go. That feels better. Yeah, that's better. Just feel like it's the same head. Good question. Definitely not seeing that. No, this is just going to have to be more. Shoot. Another question too. Gosh, all kind of questions. How do you draw the full? full nose when it's front. Maybe that's something that's helpful. Backwards probably, and then I don't know. We have that. Gosh, the 66 is really. Oh yeah, it's got more level on that one. And 66 or something like that. That. Really showing there. Now the nose is going to break the plane of that. Have that. And then we have a profile where, yeah, profile. This is the profile. Still go further back. Yeah, that's pretty far back. So this is just on one model, but I'm just making notes. I'm not doing anything super serious, but put that there. This line should get steeper. Cover both sides of the face. And the eyes, another thing that's bugging me, should be more frontal as well. And we should see. There we go. I think the eyes. Hide these. What's happening? Yeah, there's a little space. But the eyes as well. Let's see another one. Where my eyes starting to do that? Like where do they start breaking the side of the face as well? All right, this is good so far. So let's keep my notes on a different layer. Control D. So keep doing this. How do you know? On this one, you want to pay more attention to the forehead. And back of the head. Yeah, the forehead's what's going to tell us that it's turning away from us. Or looking down on it. So we somehow need to indicate that through here. So the hair will help. Get that. The lower angle on the ear would help. And then it's going to be close to the chin. That's good. And then neck's nice and good. See the neck always tapering in like that. Back of your head's there. Don't pull me. So I'm drawing it like that. It gets narrower again. Forehead. With the forehead. And that's where the hairnet driving me nuts, making it killing the volume. And then here and cut that way. Get the hair again. Here, ears poking out. And then, yeah, that's cool. Center line, center line. All right, that's all good. Let's just group. Let's group all these together. That's group one. Let's hide all that. No, hide all of that. And let's take this. And what can we find interesting? Looking up. Yeah, looking up. That's good. So just following our rule of thumb. Ears inside, nose is broken. The ear inside, nose broken the cheek. Ear inside, nose is now inside the cheek. So what I'm getting here is 3/4 view, our nose is inside the cheek. What else are we getting? Does it happen when she's looking down? Oh, are we doing something a little different? When she's looking down, or is it? I don't know. Straight ahead looking up. Yeah, looking up is different too. Now her ear stays in on 3/4. But the nose still up, and the nose breaks halfway. All right, these are good things to know. Also, looking down happens the same way. So it depends on where the nose is, because your face is thinner down that way. So I'm going to do a pass where we're looking up and down. All right. Keep drawing over these things just for myself. Whoops. Make it smaller, just one pass from doing it where it feels smaller. And then what happens here? Doing this. How do we know we're looking down here? Back of the head? Giving us that? Whole head feels narrower looking down. Just hairnet. Hairnet's a real problem. Head probably really does that. That. But how can I draw that? Do it quick. How do I draw that? Back of the head. 3/4 looking down. Nose and ear out on 45. Ears, nose out and ear out. Because the head's so thin. And this really is. It's good now. It's almost out on that one too. It's the one I really need to work on the most. Okay, this is another good one too. This is one they're looking down. Pay attention to where the cheek is and then bring the face in. Cheek. Okay. That's super good to know. And then, yeah, our head gets wider towards the head. Ooh, that's a nice one to note. The bottom of the ear. Brow. The eyes. I don't know. If I draw around, still line up the brow, but I mean, if I draw straight over, doing that. Anyway, that's kind of all right. That's cool. That's cool. Getting somewhere. That's good news. And then, yeah, top of that again is where I like figuring that part out. Is where the turn happens. Where's the back of my head? I gotta pay attention to that cheek line there. All right, looking up, let's see how this works. This is what I was talking about. You can do that. It feels good. And then, because it's a profile, you get that and this. This feels good. Now, what happens here? And this is what that friend talking to me about. How do you draw this line here or not? Like, you don't really need it. I played around with not needing that. But anyway, so this it really needs to be there. But you definitely should add a little bit of that. Get the ear. So the thing that I was playing with for a while was adding the chin. But I don't know. You don't need it. See the eye on that one. Not until she gets. This is more that. What do you call it? 33%. If I'm having a hard time finding the eyes, I'll find the mouth. And another thing is making sure that all that's angled. But yeah, again, don't really need to draw and just try to indicate the jaw. That way, you don't need the whole spiel of that. You can draw it in, I guess, but you don't need it. You can draw it along there. But you really don't. So these are the hard ones, I guess, I'm looking at. So I think I just need to draw face like that. Draw a center line, maybe that'll help. Put chin in. Center line's more over. And then draw a chin. Nose, mouth. So many things I keep looking at. And this is another one where it wraps. Make sure I get the wrap. So that has to be arching up. This has to be doing that as well. And then see more of that, less of the forehead. Just do like that line always seems to work. So like that. And again, we can draw this. Just has to be like don't need a whole lot to sell it. So we got that. What happens? These go over, this goes over. So what can we draw? Can I draw the two edges of that? Do we? Or do we draw? I don't know. Yeah, this is good. You can draw those, and then this is that shape I was talking about before. That jawline shape right there. So that's valid when you get to the three, like the 60% thing. Ears good out there. That's kind of cool. Way to do that, I suppose. That and then do that. That's cool. See, when you draw that stupid line there, then you can't use these to flow in. Just do that and then into the chin. Still looks like she's looking up. That's cool. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna keep doing these. Keep doing these. Yeah, I'm gonna group that. I'm gonna do this. And get rid of that for now. Head two. So I was after something specific with the heads, the overall shape, and a few like relationships that I can. I don't know that I'll remember all of them. However, here's hoping I do. Okay. So let's get rid of this. Yeah, that bonk. Do I want to draw from that? Kind of do. But what I have is hard to see for anybody who's watching. So there's these books called the Real Action Pose Collection. I like those things. They're pretty awesome. Real Action Pose Collection. And I have them. Sadly enough. I think I've got PDFs of them. I've bought them hard copies, so I don't feel bad having the PDFs. But if anybody's ever looking for them, they're Japanese books, and they're called Real Action Pose Collection. And there's like, I don't know, 6 of them or more. Or... Anywho, the only problem is I don't know where I put them. Yeah, Japanese art books, maybe. Good Lord. Real Action Pose Collection. Sorry, nobody can see what I'm doing right now, but I am looking for books. I don't know where in the world I put the two stupid things. I've got them, I just don't know where I put them. Shoot. Thought I had them, I guess. Oh, Action Pose. Here we go. What is this? Action Pose 3 PDF. Oh, this isn't exactly what I wanted. One of them gives you a disc that has kind of crummy. I don't know, it's not crummy. They're good pictures, but they're just like kind of useless. Oh, wait, here we go. I found them. They're in reference. Real Action Pose Collection 1. So they look a lot like that. Yeah, I can draw off of this. I don't need any Pinterests. Boop. Get rid of that. So I can use this for now. And yeah, it's kind of silly. Yeah, where's this thing? Let's get to the meat. They're actually kind of fun to draw. There we go. Put some stuff in perspective that's tougher to draw. Oh boy. Maybe something like that. They're both kind of good. Anywho, yeah, I just wanted to start having a little fun. I haven't put this line down yet tonight. Put that down. Let's put this one down. That's not really how I roll it. This one. That'll do. And then I'll just try to get some kind of visual again of. I like to draw a little bigger, so there we go. So now I'm going to draw the heads a little faster. That's my. Let's see, her nose isn't breaking. See, that's 45 maybe. It's almost breaking, but it's not. So let's see if what I learned holds true. Go a little wider like that, and then here, here, and then this can's coming out there, there. But yeah, that kind of works. Drawing it small, but I find that actually kind of worked. Here, that's that. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm kind of happy I went through that. So from the neck, that comes down here, and the rib cage kind of ends. It's doing just kind of center lines, doing this to this, and rib cage to this. So I always try to look for where got that going on, but these are really, because this reference is so small, I'm gonna have to wing that. But and actually, this is coming down, starting there, it's going that way. So that, and then this is reaching out through her shoulder blades, triceps, deltoid, and this has an angle like this, so I'm looking for that. And then it's gonna kind of keep going. Look at her. But there. So belly button's about there. Let's see how the hand is going. So I like drawing the top of the hand first because it's got a straighter line and it lets me know how much of this I need to draw. Just kind of blocking like that. And then this foot's going back. We have this. Interesting. So we want to make sure that it comes over to at least here, her knee. So here to here. This is going to go here. Her foot comes out here. there. This is here, and then he has that, and it's always pretty hard when it's I like to do something like that just to indicate that it's overlapping somehow. And her arm here is coming out of. Oh, I see what's happening here with this. That wrong for sure. This is like way further over. So our delta over. And yeah, it starts here. This. So her shoulder blade's probably like there. Like that. And that comes into here. And we can kind of show that. And that's so far out there. But her breasts are doing that sort of thing. And then the breast there, but one's lower than the other one. It's really tough to out there. And then this arm here. There. I can do this. We can add a few little indicators of what's going on through there. So I like to our rib cage is there. This is here. So I like putting some of those things in there. Anywho, all right, that's not too horrible. And let's see. That's one. And then there, friends. Should start blocking things a little better now. Start moving a little faster just for fun. It's there. There. Something like that. This is there. And then starting to move a little bit faster. I'm trying to anyway. Turn there. This is the stuff that I was looking for. Is like I wanted to find those harder things to draw. Make it feel a little more dynamic. Bam. That's cool. All right, so go back over here. It doesn't get a whole lot more. Yeah, it kind of does. So I just want to keep drawing. Let's do this. So there, back of the head, up and down. This is important for animation stuff when I start getting into it. And so that's there. This is here. And then what? Angle. Sure. Subtle angle that way. Angles back that way. Because we're going in space there. There. What's going on here? Looks like that, but not what's happening. This is tricky. I was looking at this muscle right here. The actual thing is going like straight down. Straight down. The actual, what you call it, line of it's a little tight to me. All right. In here, yeah. So this is going more this way too. And then have this going out that way. Make sure we get that because that's up, her hip is up. That there. Feel that and so the cool thing about the scapulas is they come halfway down the rib cage. You can kind of find the rib cage. It's right there, and then these two cords come out there, and they form this thing. And then we go from there. Yeah. We got this. So I'm just not caring about time tonight as far as how long things are taking me. I'm just kind of trying to pay attention to the drawings themselves and have fun drawing them. This is tricky because this heel needs to be further out. So yeah, I don't mind redrawing a leg. It's more practice. And then it's kind of coming more out there and angles more here. And this is going to give me more of a feeling of it being in space. Yeah. This one over here. And now I've got the right amount. It keeps going. The thing that I wanted to make sure was this thing is kind of there because it needs to feel like it's this proportionately right, but this thing looks like coming right in there. Actually see alligator does that. It's lower, this is higher, and then we see that. Something like that. And then I want out. Sort of thing. I'm actually seeing that side of it. That's not too bad. Let's see if we can get our hair to look a little more dynamic. Scroll. Let's see, using what we learned from drawing the heads earlier. Do that. And this one's going to be my favorite. This one's that. What you call it? If the 0 was head on, this one would be the 33%. So I need to make sure the back of the head has enough juice there to feel like that. And then it can come down. Do that. And then look at that. The ear's breaking the side of the head. The nose is not. Center lines here. 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 Not quite. Because the hair comes out here. Doing that. Here. And needs to be a little longer. Do that. On the right track. Harder on a quick sketch and a smaller sketch for sure. That's coming out there. Here. And just make sure we do that. Let's see. There we go. Do all that, but it's kind of fun to do. I just have to pay more attention to that for a while. And that's cool. Zoom out a little bit. Let's see, look at that. No. It's slightly down, it's not that much, but let's do that. Head here. Let's see, there, here, there. Yep. That. This to coming down. The angle is not steep enough. Super subtle on this side. And then let's see what can we do to mark here. Ugh, so much harder on a Cintiq for some reason. look like? Sure, we do this. There we go. Does that make it feel like it is tucked a little bit better? Coming out of this. Leg's gonna be there. So leg's gonna be here. Here though. And then do that. That. That's pretty close. Comes to that right there. I like to draw dots a lot for things. And then maybe something like that. That. Sorry, I stopped talking as much when I start figuring things out. When I'm thinking hard. What's happening? This is like really the part that I find hard sometimes. Is like this is still angled this way, which means this has to be like it's going up. And so one thing that helps with the belly button going that way. And let's do that. And kind of try to draw something that feels like what's going on. This one is there. Too horrible. And just that leaning back part's kind of difficult. But what I was getting at was there's like this, there's not much angle change happening here in the actual image, but all we're left with is this little shape there if we were to draw a straight line. And then let's see, her knee way down here. It's crazy. And that, his side's actually like slightly in, so super weird. Weird thing to draw. Anyway, probably suggest that a little bit. Help things out. And then this thing. In order to pull that off, maybe suggest that a little bit. For the feet, I like drawing. Sometimes I like drawing that whole bit. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but whatever. I don't know what that foot's doing, but let's take a guess. That. Something like that. Oh yeah, I forgot to draw the other hand. Derp. See, like, I wonder, it's pretty boring drawing. So I wonder, you know, just for giggles, and if I I was short and squatty, do some kind of quicker sketch of that. so much about. All the stuff that's happening. I've learned here. Not really. Kind of silly. I don't like that either. Weird thing to draw. Something I would choose to put in anything. But that could pop up in an animation real easy. Oh, I'm struggling with this lately. Just the whole leaning back thing. Like, what do you do to make that feel better about leaning back? Do draw more of that. And then draw more of this. Maybe draw more. This way. This is a weird thing to draw anyway. It's kind of a. Maybe I'm forcing it. I don't know, but. It's important to keep that there. And then. It's freaking great. I don't know. Stop. Damn it. Getting better, actually. This one thing that will help. This one is making sure that it stays down. It got better, actually. I wonder. That feels a little better. Anywho. Alright. We'll just chalk that one up to learning right now. Damn, this is why I'm doing this. Perfect. Let's see what we got next. What's our next one? Do I keep going with this? I don't know. It's been kind of fun. Let's see. Relax and happy little people. It's here. Do something like that. do next? Keep drawing this one for now. Finish this page up. And let's make sure I'm doing that. I'm sitting too close to the screen right now. There comes the fun one. I actually like drawing legs when they're like this. Can't pull it off. I don't know. Little shape there. Something for the hand. Her knee is kind of doing this sort of thing. There. Draw all that coming in. It's important to show the knee in that respect. That was kind of cool. I wonder what her friend is doing over there. Friend's like, don't hit me. But I want to draw that, but I want to push it. Let's see if I can push that. She's like doing that. Don't push me. Don't kick me. I don't want to be kicked. Nobody wants to be kicked, lady, but you're about to be. This going on. Is that gonna work? I don't know. She's a lot taller than that. Small on her. That's getting that pushed that way. Don't do it. Don't hurt me. Her head is doing like this crazy thing. That thing. Put her hair there like that. What is this hand pose here? Doing something like that. I put my finger out like so. You won't hurt me. Maybe we draw this a little different. So she's going like. No, stop. That'd be kind of cool. All right. So, oh, I forgot to draw. Oh, forgot to draw that alligator. Alligator. I like my drawing better than I like her pose. That was the goal. All right. Good shit. Good stuff. Yeah. All right, enough of these. Let's see what else we got. Now I'm super leaning back. Awesome. They're kind of fun. More of this leaning back mess. And that pose is actually really cool. This one really here is super cool. All right. Challenge accepted. You're not going to defeat me every time. This little dumpling pose. I don't know. Dumpling. Your upper body too big or something. I don't know. That's gonna bug the hell out of me. Maybe that. And her face looks stupid because I just want to give her a. Let's just give you a line. You don't need a real face. Maybe something like that. Now, worthy. Maybe that's part of the problem too. It's like, I don't know. Make the drawing look better. I don't know. That feels a little bit better. I don't really know why. Still looks like crap. Whatever. All right. Let's get back to challenge accepted. All right. This one. Looking down, maybe. I got a second person watching. Man, type something in the chat or something. Make this interesting. Holy crap. Who are you? Where are you? What do you want? Yes. Dodge. Pinky out. Is she dodging? No, she's about to kick. She's about to screw somebody up, man. Hair's going all crazy out there. Cool bangs. And then let's see. God. Blown out photo much. Comes there. Accept your challenge. I see. That's cool. I have no idea what's going on there, so let's make something up, I guess. And, oh, that's there. That's like that makes it cool. Sure. And, cool. Stuff like that. And just draw the shapes where they're at right there. What's making that? I gotta shuffle that one because that out there. And then he's like, oh, all the way up here. Yeah. Right there. God, I can draw this so much better on paper for some reason. Come out of there. Sure, I don't know. Let's probably do something like that. I have no idea what's happening there. But make it up because I have no idea again. Don't run out of room. Don't do it. Too big of an alligator. When I say alligator, I always draw. They told us alligator on like legs. We have like left leg. Alligator is right leg. Alligator is like if your other leg was here. Yes, it's really far apart, but this will illustrate the point. Alligator was alligator alligator mouth. Arr, arr. And just juxtaposition of calf muscle on that side. And whatever you call these things, ankle condyles or something. Crap they're called. Just let you know which one's higher and lower. And I have been saying alligator for 30 years. And it works, so that's good. Hmm. That was my foot. Doing foot. Sure. That's cool. And let's do now. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't like where that arm is coming. God, doing something weird. So if I go here, it looks like it's connecting through to there, to the calf. So there, if I go here, it's actually not too bad, but that loses the twist. But if I go here, I want something in between this line and that line. If I go here, then I can break it down. Yeah, here. And then, I don't know, maybe make her have a cooler in pose. Something like that. So, all right, I think I succeeded on that one. Yeah, I should probably draw her a little scarf doing a little. Yeah. Scarves look cool too. Or something. She's got some straw. Hands a belly button. Anyway, turn it. That turned out right. I'm gonna draw a fighting pose. It's not super. What in the world's happening? Oh yeah. Yeah, so and how many drawings do I have on this page? Yeah, maybe one more. Maybe two more. I don't know. Me. One. That's kind of cool. Let's just do that. Wait. Thought I got that better. Let's do that. So her head from what I was talking about earlier. That's that 45. Let's see. That. And that. Head. Here's going to be breaking the edge there, dude. There. Okay. Things are flying out everywhere. Hair is flying out everywhere. Kind of doing that. And that's down there. Let's see how far out of that comes from elbow, butt. There. Somehow. Like that. And then two. And then this hit here. Did I not draw? You know what? I got a lot of headspace up there. Give me room to draw. But in the way. Stupid. Give me room to draw. It will give me room to draw. All right. Yeah, I'm talking to my drawings now. That's good. One day, people will chat. Whoever's there, chat. Say something. Or don't. It's cool you're even there. I'm happy somebody's there. Somebody's watching. I'm just getting a crazy person yapping. And I'm sorry, but it's. What's up? Does this give me room? No, maybe. I just wanted room. Give me some rooming. Okay. Yeah, one thing that always drives me a little nuts is just how my angles are working out. And I'm always really conscious of that for some reason, and I don't feel like I should be all the time, but sometimes I feel like I should relax and unpucker. But it's really hard to, because I drew like ass for so long. And I don't want to draw like that anymore. So it's kind of nice to be able to draw what you want. Kind of draw what you see, I guess. Really sucked at it for a really long time. It's like if I sat here and really focused, I could really get things looking just like it, but I'm not trying to get perfect on it. Just trying to learn from the poses more than anything. And sometimes slowing down helps the learning an awful lot. It's so subtle right there. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Yeah, do that. Command. Peanut head. Damn it. I drew a tiny head on you. And I'm sorry. It's all right. She can live with a tiny head tonight. Got other things I want to tackle. And the last drawing. Sure. I don't have any room for that, but let's do it anyway. Draw it really small. Let's see here. And why not draw this? Tiny drawings turning out better than any of my other drawings. Of course. So I like switching to pen and paper because I can't undo a lot more that way. I feel like we've got a lot of empty space. However, that works for that. Now, I'm going to do one more round of drawings, but I'm going to do super gestures. And I wonder if I'd use that little gesture drawing tool thing. All right, I must hunt really quickly. Or, let's see, I've got reference, art station, graphic studio. Open. You can do it, little fella. You can do it. Wow, this hard drive's getting slow. That's scary. All right, I just have to look for. I gotta find a folder that's YouTube friendly. Blade Dance. That sounds badass. Whoops, that is not YouTube friendly at all. That's not gonna work. I was hoping that wouldn't open up over here. That one won't work. Facial expressions, that's not gonna help. Let's see, I need to. Oops. Extra large icons. There we go. Yep, that won't work. Extra large icons. That won't work. Dang on, these are all kind of nude, aren't they? Did I find one? I don't think I found. No, I did not. Dang on it. Help me out here, people. Right, there's flying pose. Is this something? Oh? May have found something here. Clothed. Oh my goodness. They are really. What in the world is this crazy town? Yeah, so they have this graphic studio. All right, I'm gonna put this over here now. And now hopefully it'll open on that screen and I'll be able to test it before I open it. Here we go. Dude in boxers. That's helpful. All right, let's do that. All right, so let's see. This is called martial arts. I like that. That's cool. All right, martial arts. I go to. I've got this thing. It's called gesture drawing. It's a gesture drawing tool. I can go to a folder. I can do that. Nobody needs to see me. Finding folders. Let's see. Art station, studio, martial arts. Where you is? Martial arts. Select folder. Do that. And now, I don't know. Should I time it? I don't know. Let's do 45 seconds. Let's draw. All right. Whole purpose of this was. Shoot. This is too. Now. There we go. There we go. All right. Whole purpose of this was I want to speed things up. And have a little bit of fun drawing. Oh my goodness, that's a tough one. Start with his butt. 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 No idea what was going on with that one. Yes. No, I'm already losing time. But doing this head study definitely worked earlier. The reason I'm doing this is I would like to move on to doing some animation if possible. Ah, crap, I'm going back. Kind of like that pose. I got really quiet on these because they require a little bit more thinking. Shit. That was over too fast, damn it. No, I refuse. Really, thank you. Care about these. lesson. Maybe something like that. Pause it just to catch up a little bit. And then draw a little bit faster. So, spear that. Looks like you got stabbed in the toe. That thingy. Whatever. Tree junk all huge. Line doesn't make any sense, does it? This is chest. Cage there. There's all sideways. I don't care. That's a waste of my time, Robber. Alright, let's unpause that bad boy. Shit. Alright. Nope, I don't like that pose. Cool. It seems very difficult, and I got no time to do it. And officially out of space. So, mission accomplished on this one, I think. Is it? Did I fill the whole page? If I did, oh shit. Yeah. Let's try that real quick. Sure. I think I don't have any space left. All right. Good enough. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. I think I'll kill all that for the evening. Let's see if I can do some kind of animation. That was fun. Let me save all that. And let's close out all the crazy reference stuff. And Jesus, it's 12:30. Maybe I save the animation for tomorrow. What did I say tonight? Quick sketches and head drawing studies. I've done all of that. All right. It's been 2 hours. I will save. Tomorrow I'm going to animate. And I think I'm going to try to animate this thing right here. So, tomorrow, let's see what's tomorrow. Saturday. Maybe 9, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock maybe I'll be on. And I want to animate. This dude's so rad. I want to animate that. What? Which I probably have to do that in Blender because I might need to build out the scene. I'm going to build it out simply if I do. But yeah, I'll just start. I'll do the whole thing. Why not? It'll be kind of fun. Like I'll see if I can do it. That'll be a good learning experience tomorrow. And actually, in the spirit of doing that for tomorrow, this is what I'll do. I'm going to draw the key poses right now. Keep that right there. Let's get the key poses in. So, start anew. Yeah. Wow, new. Yeah, I'm going to go here. Animation. Oh, wait, I've got a template that I can just open. I can open a template. Open Sesame. Do I have that? I don't know. Flip. Crap, what a freaking track. Oh, I know where I saved it. 2D animation clip studio. Here we go. Guide 16 by 9. Is that right? Animation template. No, that's just. Oh no, that's the guide. Behold the template. Alright, so. Alright, I'm not going to draw the actual animation frames tonight. I don't need a guide because I'm actually just going to draw the key poses here. Let's find them. Let's find them, and then I'll use them tomorrow. Great. Draw them. Right here. All right, so there we go. All right, pose number 1. And I guess I got to draw one that way. Yeah. Let's see what we got here yet. Down. That. That. That's gonna be tough to draw. It's kind of hard to see. Oh, I know what's happening here. I know what's happening there. His shoulders starting over there. Here. He's such a little dude. Don't get that wrong. So it's gonna be something like that. And then legs gonna be this way, forward quite a bit. That legs forward on the skateboard. And this is his hand to stop there. As they continue down. This leg's gonna go out here. I need to get to. I need to make it so that angle. There we go. He's gonna pull that van. That kind of thing. He's got these guys known for wearing these short shorts. It's kind of funny. None of that matters though. This is what matters right there. And then skateboard angle. How's that looking? Looks like that. Draw that part right there, and then it's hanging off the edge of it there. And then do my simple skateboard trucks. Yeah, that's not bad. And then this hand shape is doing the kind of shovel spade thing. I do want to make sure I get some kind of that's cool for feels like he's not over his not so this is he's too far that way. I need to do this. Nope, nope, no, wait, B. Let's do that. I need a pit of his neck over his feet. There we go. All right, now I hit E. Do that. So the thing that I missed here is his knee is like actually doing that. And that's why this one was able to angle back that bad. Lanky dude. Dude's crazy, man. Crazy fun to watch. Alright. That feels like he's over the board a little bit more. Especially if I draw the actual rest of the board. Alright, that helps. Alright, what's the next key pose we got? Moving. Bend down more. Which is going to be important. So actually, all I'm going to do here. I missed it. Alright, dude. Don't. He's going to bend down more. So how am I going to do that? God dang, I keep doing that. Ugh, stop it. Stop it. Alright. Stay on it. Damn. Copy this. Alt. Make sure I keep the board. Control D. E. I'm just going to do something really. Keep his feet there. And cheat. Keep his arms. It says arms. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, V. Just so I know, I can do that. L. So do that. D. B. Now, that. It's still gonna come out there. And then just to show a little bit of compression there. Oh yeah, that's good. Next one's gonna be there. So he's gonna be cool thing I like about thumbnail and stuff like this is if I get the size wrong, it doesn't matter. I can kind of like alter it somewhat. Who was typing me this late at night? My God. Could that be? Wait on one for fortnights. And then kick up here. There. Here. Scale where that be perfectly straight like that. That's cool. That's helpful. And then there. Two. Two. Skateboard's flipping. Like that. Like that. And then see, I can make this so it just goes Well, let's see this. Oops. L H B. What's gonna happen here, man? Oh, look at that. Ooh. So badass. It's here now. And then this one. Boom. Boom. Oh, so sweet. That's that right there. Mm. Here. Looks like since it's I'll have to do this a little bit more. Angle back this way. And then, what does he do from there? Yes. There. And let's go. And that should play pretty well. Nice. All right, we're gonna end on that note for tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll pick this back up. And yeah, pick this up tomorrow and actually animate it, lay it out, and see if I can clean it up, make a little bit better of a design for the character of this dude. But yeah, hope we can do it. Thanks for sticking with me, or somebody was watching, so thank you for whoever you are. And yeah, see you tomorrow when we actually get this thing going. Ciao for the evening. Good night.